Okay, so this is going to be how to input some data into a new listing. So you won't be able to input all the data because that kind of comes after. It kind of happens in two steps. We have a fair bit of information that we can input to start off with, and like measurements and that sort of thing we can't really put in there because I get the property measured after, and in most cases I'll do that myself. Anyways, so here's what you can do. So here's the first step. First of all, you need to know which property it is, but that'll be obvious. So I have a new listing on Resthaven, and I'm going to make that our example for these purposes. So you log into Matrix, you go to Input, and then what we're going to do here, add New Residential right here. And it's going to open up this form. And we're going to go start with a blank listing. Okay, so in this case, I know the property is a condo. So here I'm going to start here. So you just kind of work your way through here. So this is a condo. You may or may not know the list price. In this case, I do. So I'm going to fill it in. If you don't know the answers to these, you just keep going. So some of these you won't because it won't be done yet. Okay, so street number, and here's the information you're going to have to. So you're going to go to bring up the BC assessment for it. So as I stated, this is going to be this property on Resthaven. So let me find it here, and let's open up the BC assessment, because we're going to need some of those documents here. Okay, I'm just going to close. Well, let's get the address in there. So here's the address, 201 10421. So street name is Resthaven. And I'm going to do the autofill thing here. I should have done this first, but you'll figure it out. Street number was 10421. The unit number is 201. Sorry, I'm doing that a little bit backwards here. Okay, now map area, you may or may not know which this is, and probably not. This may be something you have to leave for me, and this is northeast. The postal code should be on BC assessment, I think, I hope. Oh, it's not. Okay, all right, so let's find the assessment. Not the assessment, the postal code. So I'm going to go into Top Producer, and I'm going to look up this client. I'm just going to go to bring up the property here. There we go. Gets us the postal code. Okay, back to Matrix. Put it in there. This part here, I'm going to show you how to do it, but don't necessarily worry about it because I'm more familiar where the property is than you are. Anyway, so I'm going to plot it on the map. This thing's actually kind of cool. I know it's right about here, so you won't know this. But done. Now, here's how we check it. Street view. Okay. Yeah, so this is it. This is the building here. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to do this. There we go. Okay, so that's okay. You can play with it. I mean, if it's not right, I'll be double checking it anyways. This here you won't be able to fill in. So any of these things, if you just don't know, you just keep going here. This is almost always the same. 3%. Here's how to do it. 3%. 100K. Let's do a capital K there. And slash 1.5% B. So just put that there. Appointment phone is my office, 25037077788. Seller, this is always the same thing. Supplements. They are a resident of Canada. We don't put their phone numbers in here. Share photos, no, yes, and yes. So it should be no, yes, yes. Okay, that's all you can do on that page. Legal. So because this one is a condo, it's going to be strata freehold. If it was a house, it would be just freehold. These are pretty much the only two you'll ever use. There is other options here, and on occasion they will be. Again, if you don't know, just keep going, because whatever information you can put in here is just helpful for me. Find tax info. So this is the easiest way to do all this. So click on here, bring up our BC assessment here, and you can use either of these numbers. You can either use the roll number or the PID. I'm going to copy that. Go back to it. Okay. Open the wrong thing there, of course. And I'm just going to put the PID in there. I'm going to run a search. And then if there's the property. You can check by address, 201-10421 Resthaven, and just go fill. And it populates everything there for us. So that takes care of a whole bunch of stuff. Don't worry about this, any of this. Don't worry about any of this. So what you're really looking for here is these yellow areas here. And of course, the more of these you do, the more used to you'll get to it. Remarks. There really won't be anything you can fill on this page. Building and land. It's a condo, so they're almost always one level. Not always, but we find it here. Condo, one level. Year built, so you won't know that. See, a lot of this stuff you just won't know here. Kitchens is usually only one. Finished square feet, you're not going to have any of that. I'm just going through here. Land. You can't do that. Lot size. Well, the lot size is always your regular. Okay, these you can usually fill out. City water, and waste will be sewer. Okay, won't be able to do much there. Next in the strata. Now, if you got the strata plan, you can do this. All right, and I'll show you how to do it because we do have the strata plan for this, I think. So strata plan type. This is a condo. This is a building. And you just kind of got to go through each one of these. So suites and complex, here's how you figure that out. Because this is something you could do. Here's a strata plan, and go open it up. So some stratas will have more than one building. This one, I'm just going to page through it here. is just kind of one building. Now, I don't know if it actually tells me the number of units. You can kind of tell it by the, see these numbers like SL, that stands for Stratalot 13, 12. Okay, so let's just back up here. So maybe there's only 13 in it is my guess. So this would be the second floor. Yeah, second level. So the highest number here is 13, so that means there's 13 units. And I'll want to remember that because I'll show you in a second here. Yes, okay. So suites and complex, 13. Buildings and complex, just one in this one. If there's more than one, you would see them on the building. Suites and building. So sometimes there's two buildings, and one has 13 suites, one has 10. Because we've only got one building, it's going to be 13. Floors and building is 4. You can just, the way you figure that out is go back to it. Did I close it? No. Main floor level. Sorry, this is not 4. This one is 2. So parking level, that's usually underground, so don't really count that. So it's a 2-level building. Don't count the parking in most cases. So this is the first floor, this is the second floor. Sorry, I confused that a little bit. It's 2. Levels in suite, 1, it's 1 level. And this sort of thing don't worry about. I will look after that. Can't do much here. Can't do much here. It's probably just about the end of what you can do here. You won't have the measurements. And features. Again, I'm going to have to do pretty much most of this. Okay, so that's kind of the short version of it. It's just anything you can add in here is helpful. You don't worry about making mistakes because I have to go through and check it anyways because I'm responsible for it. So I will kind of zip through it, and if I see something wrong, I will change it. That's kind of it. Thank you.